Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into a microphone. Why? Well, just because I can, and I continue with Mass Effect 2 Legendary Edition. Let's go and try to retake the Alarai.
Is that really a Geth, Tali? The guards at the docking bay said...
Don't worry, it's under our control. With luck, it will help us retake the Alarai.
If you say so. Per Admiral Rand's orders, the shuttle is prepared for you and Captain Shepard Vast Normandy.
Can you tell us anything about what we'll find on the Alarai?
I'm afraid I don't know much. Not many Marines made it back from the initial assault. They talked about massive waves of Geth, though. More than there should have been.
There shouldn't have been any at all.
Right. I mean that they're afraid the Geth are building or repairing more of themselves from materials on the Alarai.
Let's head to the Alarai.
Of course. I'll unlock the shuttle now. Good luck with those Geth, Tali. Kira Selai.
We've got trouble.
Alright, neutralized.
Eat this.
Underbar. Abundant and balanced. Under backup system.
Go for the
Yes.
optics. Go for the optics.
Abundant and balanced. Target
Take
contact.
them.
Affirmative.
And do.
Upper enemy disabled.
Combat drones away. I'll take them.
Something's slowing down the systems. We're taking down the firewalls to rebalance load distribution. Railzora ordered us to bypass standard safeties. Following security protocols will take too long.
This is one of the storage units I sent to Father. Looks like parts from a disabled repair drone, plus a reflex algorithm that I didn't recognize. I got this on Haystrom.
What made a part worth sending back to your father?
It had to be in working order, something that could be analyzed and integrated into other technology. Anything new had priority. Technology the Geth had developed themselves, signs of modification, clues to their thinking.
How did you get these things to your father?
Sometimes I left packages at secure drops in civilized areas. Someone on pilgrimage would see that it was shipped home. For very valuable finds, I'd signal home and Father would send a small ship.
Haystrom was a war zone. How did you salvage gear in the middle of all that?
These suits have more pockets than you'd think. Quarians have learned how to salvage whatever we can, whenever we can. Within reason. We're not Vorcha, but we repair what most people would throw away. Hundreds of the ships in our fleet were salvaged wrecks, either found dead in space or purchased for next to nothing.
Does that salvaged gear give you a clue as to what happened here?
No, I don't know. Shepard, I checked everything I sent here. I passed up great finds because they might be too dangerous, prone to uncontrolled reactivation or self-repair. I don't know which possibility is worse. That I got sloppy and sent something dangerous, or that Father actually did all this.
This looks interesting.
Who's running the system diagnostic? I didn't authorize... Oh, Keela. How many Geth are networked?
All of them. Rail Zora.
Shut it down! Shut everything down! They're in the system!
Weapons ready. This should soften them up.
Taking hits.
Got trouble.
Higher. Automated flight weapon ring. Abundance inbound. Target enemy disabled. Higher. Attacking target taking hit.
Hostile spotted.
Ready for next target. Abundance inbound.
Take that.
Ready for next target.
They're all mine.
Weapons are offline. Our mistake won't endanger the fleet. You're burning through the door. I don't have much time. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Jonah, if you get this, be strong for Daddy. Mommy loves you very much.
This console might have something. Most of the data is corrupted, but a few bits are left. They were performing experiments on Geth systems, looking for new ways to overcome Geth resistance to reprogramming.
Did you know what kind of tests your father was running?
No, Father just told me to send back any Geth technology I could find that wasn't a direct danger to the fleet. I suspected he might be testing weapons, but I thought he was just working on new ways to bypass shields or armor.
Do you think testing weapons on the Geth was right?
It's not testing weapons on prisoners, Shepard. I only sent Father parts. Even if he assembled them, they wouldn't be sapient. You saw what Saren and Sovereign did with the Geth. Any research that gives us an advantage is important.
Could any of that data clear your name?
Doubtful. This is mostly results data, effects of different disruptive hacking techniques. I don't understand all of it. But they may have been activating the Geth deliberately. I don't know. Nothing here says specifically, but if they were, then Father was doing something terrible. What was all this, Father? You promised you'd build me a house on the homeworld. Was this going to bring us back home?
Maybe it's time for your people to let go of reclaiming your world from the Geth.
You have no idea what it's like. You have a planet to go back to. My home is one hull breach away from extinction.
You've got a place here, Tali. Don't throw it away in a war you don't need.
Don't need? Shepard, if I don't wear a helmet in my own home, I die. A single kiss could put me in the hospital. Every time you touch a flower with bare fingers, inhale its fragrance without air filters, you're doing something I can't. Damn the pilgrimage. Without it, I might never have known what I was missing, what we had lost when we lost our homeworld.
Have the Quarians considered colonizing a new world?
We'd have enough difficulty reacclimating to our own native environment. Adjusting for exposure to a foreign colony would be even harder. It's the difference between 60 years and 600. For anyone alive now to watch a sunset without a mask, we must take back our home. At the very least, we can take back one ship. Come on.
I must admit, I find it very hard to feel bad for the Quarians because their genocide is their own doing. Like, they've literally made a race of sentient slaves, and then when they realized that they are actually sentient, they tried to kill them all, and now they have sort of the goal to act indignant about the fact that the Geth defended themselves when faced with extermination. Which, by the way, that extermination followed slavery. Like, when they first realized, when they achieved sentience, they were already enslaved. And then, on top of that, they were also faced with literal extermination. And the Quarians want me to feel bad for them? Like, sorry, but that is very hard for me to do, actually. I do actually feel quite bad for the Geth, if anything.
Upon symptoms back.
Target acquired.
Taking hit.
Spotted. I'll take them.
Under fire. Taking hit. Fire it. Target contact.
Right. On my way.
Acknowledge.
Moving to position.
Taking hit.
I'm dead.
Order received. Taking cover.
Right.
Taking hit.
Bunkering down.
Targeting order processed. Under fire. Under fire.
Combat drone ready.
Order received.
Spotted.
Fire it. Ready for next target. Fire it.
Take that.
Under fire. Upon symptoms back. Taking hit.
Deploying combat
Altering
drone.
position.
Ready. On it.
Enemy disabled. Under fire. Maneuver out.
Spotted.
computers autocorrect. Still, we're making progress. Rail Zora is convinced we'll have a viable system in less than a year. This weapon will put our people back on the homeworld, and it's all because of Rail Zora.
Father! No. You always had a plan. Masked life signs or an onboard medical stasis program, maybe. You wouldn't. They're wrong. You wouldn't just die like this. You wouldn't leave me to clean up your mess. You can't.
Come on, Tali. You don't have to stay here.
Yes, I do. Someone in this family needs to stop walking away. He had to know I'd come. Maybe he left a message.
Tali, if you are listening, then I am dead. The Geth have gone active. I don't have much time. The main hub will be on the bridge. You'll need to destroy it to stop their VI processes from forming new neural links. Make sure Hangerl and Darozen see the data. They must.
Thanks, Dad.
He did do what he could, but the problem is, I don't think he was such a great dad or such a great person. Either way, because like not only what he was doing here was wrong, but also stupid. Like the Geth famously have a networking capability where they literally get smarter the more of them there are in a given location. So like it's just so irresponsible everything they did here, not to mention wrong, you know, because it's essentially experimenting on sentient beings with mind control, no less. They wanted to enslave them all again, basically. But actually, in a pretty fucked up twist, the more of them you enable, the more sentient, the more intelligent they become. So actually, like the level of wrongness in torturing them actually rises with each additional one that you enable, because they are more able to perceive that you're hurting them. Obviously, it's not. I don't think Geth feel pain. I don't think that's something that their hardware even supports. But they do realize that you're, you know, brutalizing them. They do realize that you're, for example, turning them from their original goal. You're changing their minds. They do realize that they do have the capacity to understand what that means. So that is torture enough.
Do you want to get your father back to the shuttle?
No. Leave him. The mission comes first. It's what he would have wanted. Come on, let's finish this.
No shields.
Targeting light weapon range. Acknowledged. Targeting order process.
Okay, that went pretty poorly, as it often does. Although, do I have a save, like an autosave, before I found him? Nope, it's already after. Because I missed an interrupt where Shepard would have hugged Tali. I didn't want to didn't want to interrupt the dialogue that much, so I hope there would be a time bracket where she has finished speaking, but the prompt would have still been active. But unfortunately, there was no such moment.
Targeting order process. Target process.
This. On it.
Affirmative.
Can do.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Automated light weapon range.
This console is linked to the main hub Father mentioned. Disabling it shut down any Geth we missed. It looks like some of the recordings remained intact. They'll tell us how this happened, what Father did.
You sound like you don't really want to hear it.
No. We have to. I know. This is terrible, Shepard. I don't want to know that he was part of this.
Do we have enough parts to bring more online? Yes, the new shipment from your daughter will let us add 2 more Geth to the network.
We're nearing a breakthrough on systemic viral attacks. Perhaps we should inform the Admiralty Board, just to be safe.
No, we're too close. I promised to build my daughter a house on the home world. I'm not going to sit and wait while the politicians argue. We'd have an easier time of it if Tali Zora could send back more working material. Absolutely not. I don't want Tali exposed to any political blowback. Leave Tali out of this. Assemble a new Geth with what we have. Bypass security protocols if need be.
That did sound pretty bad. I'm not of the opinion that he should be excused just because he had nice intentions or whatever. It was wrong in principle. The entire Quarian Geth conflict, the Quarians are consistently wrong. At least that's what I personally believe. They were wrong to create them in the first place, and then they were wrong to try to kill them, and then they were wrong to, to sort of blame them for defending themselves, and now they are wrong trying to exterminate them, or worse, return them all to slavery for the greater glory of the glorious Quarian race, or whatever.
Your father was deliberately networking the Geth to Sapiens to do weapons tests.
That breaks our most sacred laws. Laws that predate our flight from the homeworld. Everything here is his fault. I tried to pretend it didn't point to him, but when this comes up in the trial, we can't tell them. Not the admirals, not anyone.
Rael Zora doesn't need you to worry about him anymore. You heard him say he didn't want you to be caught in the politics.
You don't understand, Shepard. They would strike his name from the manifest of every ship he ever served on. He would be worse than an exile. He'd be a traitor to our people, held up for children as a monster in a cautionary tale. I can't let all the good he did be destroyed for this, Shepard.
Tali, without this evidence, you're looking at exile.
You think I don't know that? You think I want to live knowing that I can never see the fleet again? But I can't go back into that room and say that my father was the worst war criminal in our people's history. I cannot.
Now, this is probably one of the most difficult choices in the Mass Effect franchise for me, personally. Because, from my outlook on morality, there's literally no reason to protect Rael Zora's memory. I do believe wholeheartedly that truth is a value, and that people who are wrong should be described as such. If we see evil, or if we see wrongs being committed, I think we should speak out. We shouldn't be quiet about it, and certainly we shouldn't lie just for some kind of preconceived notions of like someone's memory or whatever. If someone was a good person worthy of keeping a good memory, they wouldn't have done that in the first place. I think he was wrong, and I think they have the right to know that he was wrong. The only reason not to do that are Tali's feelings, but the problem is I don't particularly recognize feelings as what's the word? I don't recognize feelings as a thing that should necessarily really impact or drive what we're doing, and certainly not our laws and such. But the deeper problem is I know what the consequences are later on for exposing that information, and they are actually pretty substantial, indeed. I'm not sure actually what I will do, because I don't remember if you have to say that you found nothing, or is there an option to misdirect the conversation. But at this point it's like semantics. I don't actually believe that refusing to answer a question if you know the answer is any morally better than lying. It's just tricks and like rhetorical sort of loopholes, which I don't believe have which I don't believe have like a moral.
We're not going to decide anything here. Let's see what the Admirals say once we get back.
You're my captain in this hearing, Shepard. It's your decision. But please, don't destroy what my father was. Come on. If we wait too long, they'll decide we're already dead, and none of this will matter.
I actually clicked that on accident. I wanted to say something more, actually, but I clicked that on accident, so let it be.
We need to face facts. There has been no word. There is no reason to think Tali Zora survived.
It sounds like the hearing is already underway.
We must trust Shepard's offer of assistance. It's only been a few hours.
The
Quarian Marines lasted less than 5 minutes, Admiral. Call it.
A pity Shepard Vast Normandy is a better speaker than a soldier. I recommend posthumously exiling Tali.
What?
It was agreed that Tali would not be convicted if she were killed in action.
It was suggested, Admiral. I recall no agreement. To that end, I call for an immediate vote.
So as you can see, the session is already in order. Like, I struggle to find an actual good moral reason within my scope of viewing morality to not reveal the evidence. But I don't think I will, because as I said, I do know the consequences. So I guess that makes me a hypocrite, which, you know, is certainly a tough call. Like, if I were to scrape the bottom of the barrel for, like, an argument, it would be something along the lines of, if you release the evidence, it makes the Quarians more politically divided, because you know, there's going to be accusations thrown around and uncertainty, and certain people are going to be for what he did and against what he did, and so on and so on. But the problem is, again, that doesn't really matter that much from my point of view, because I'm not a consequentialist when it comes to morality. I don't believe that the end justifies the means when it comes to morality. So the fact that withholding that information could have some beneficial consequences down the line is not necessarily an argument for doing that, because I do think truth, as I said, has an inherent value of its own. It doesn't really matter if the truth is beneficial or not. What matters is that it's true. So I am pretty conflicted on this, because I'm not sure if this has ramifications that are inescapable. Maybe it's still possible to acquire a certain outcome in the later part of the story, even if you reveal the evidence, but I'm not sure. It seems pretty crucial to me. So yeah, I don't know what to do, actually. Do I go the hypocrite route, or... Yeah, I guess, to be honest, everyone, like, I suppose, like, a solid 90% of the people who are playing this game on YouTube are not going to reveal it, so maybe I should, just because, first of all, it lines better with my own beliefs, and second, it would at least be a novelty. I'll have to check one more option when it comes to the trial, because there might be an option that I could argue sort of could not totally break my own beliefs if I chose it, but as I said, it's mostly sophistry. That would be a loophole, if anything.
Very well. Is the Admiralty Board prepared to render judgment?
Sorry we're late.
Tali Vast Normandy saved the Alarai. I hope this proves her loyalty to the Quarian people.
Her loyalty was never in doubt, only her judgment.
Perhaps Tali can offer something to encourage more trust in her judgment.
Did you find anything on the Alarai that could clarify what happened there?
Shepard, please.
Does Captain Shepard have any new evidence to submit to this hearing?
Yeah, I can rally the crowd, but that's irrelevant. Because the problem is, first of all, that's irrelevant to the matter of this trial, I do believe. It's actually weird that it works, because the fact that they speak for her character is, as I said, irrelevant. Even the people who are accusing her are not disputing the facts of her character. They all admire her. So it shouldn't even work, but that's besides the point, because that still doesn't deal with the fact that I know what he did, I know it was wrong, and I still withhold that information. Like, he will be remembered, you know, as a valiant soldier and a loyal servant to the Quarian people, but I know that's false. You know, I struggle to find an actual reason to, other than, you know, I like Tali and I wouldn't want to see her hurt, but her being my friend doesn't make her right. It, you know, someone's feelings do not trump morality, in my mind, and they do not trump truth. So I'm very conflicted on this, because I know how this will end. Like, I've played the games, obviously, all three of them, a number of times, and I'm pretty sure if you do reveal the evidence, it's actually like, it actually causes some irreparable changes to the later storyline. What do I do? Screw it. As I said, 90% of people who are playing this game will withhold the evidence and either choose this or this and have her exonerated without revealing the evidence. So I think it's going to be more interesting, and more in line with what I think should happen if I do reveal it, even if, as I said, I do feel very salty about that, because that's going to change a lot of things in the future.
Tali Zora is innocent. Rail's team deliberately repaired and reactivated the Geth as part of weapons research. Listen.
Shepard, please.
Tali, is this true?
I don't know. My father had to have a reason.
Leave Tali out of this. Assemble a new Geth with what we have. Bypass security protocols if need be.
This evidence points clearly to Tali Zora's innocence in this matter.
Thank you, Admirals.
Rail Zora must be exiled posthumously for what happened on the Alarai, and his name stricken from all ship's registries where he served.
Agreed. I would never have believed it, but agreed.
Tali Zora, you're cleared of all charges. Charges against Real Zora will be discussed privately. Commander Shepard, please accept these gifts in appreciation for you taking the time to represent one of our people.
If you appreciate me, then listen. The Reapers are coming. I'm going to need your help to stop them. Please, don't throw away your lives against the Geth.
Thank you, Commander Shepard. I hope this board carefully considers your advice.
This hearing is concluded. Go in peace, Tali Zora vas Normandy. Kila Salai.
How could you do it, Shepard? I didn't want this. I didn't want my father's name destroyed.
Yeah, I know that you didn't, but I do think it was the right call, actually. I do think it was morally right. The fact that you feel bad about it is irrelevant from a moral point of view. To me, at least.
I couldn't let you throw away your life for a dead man, Tali.
In all likelihood, we're not coming back from this mission. What would it have mattered? I know you were trying to help. Let's get out of here.
Your people were gearing up for a dangerous war, Tali. That evidence was necessary for them to make an informed decision.
That whole situation was an unstable munitions factory, Shepard. And you just threw a grenade at it. It may be better when the smoke clears. Or it may all just be rubble.
Look, I know it hurts right now, but when this mission is over, you'll be able to go back to your people.
Who are you kidding, Shepard? None of us are coming back from this mission.
Come on. This looks interesting.
Rael Zora is a sick bastard.
How could you turn over that evidence in public? We could have continued Rael Zora's work.
My father made a mistake.
His only mistake was in trusting you. Enjoy the chaos you have sown, Tali Zora. You doubt our chances to retake the homeworld by force. My methods will doubtless be more effective.
You should abandon your plans, Admiral. They're only going to make the situation worse.
We shall see, Commander. Many things are impossible until they are done.
Can't believe Rael Zora would do that.
I didn't want anyone to know. It should never have been made public.
Your father wouldn't have wanted you to take a bullet for him, ma'am.
What's your take on the war? Are the Admirals going to try to retake the homeworld?
I won't shy away from a fight, but if the Admirals throw the fleet at the Geth, all they'll get back is scrap metal. The best bet would be for us to find another way. But a soldier can't say unless his superiors ask.
Any idea what your next assignment's going to be?
I'm going to be escorting more techs around to look for signs of dark energy buildup. Maybe see if they can figure out what's causing it. Wherever they send me, it'll have to be less exciting than Haystrom.
Stay safe out there, Rieger.
You too, Shepard. Ma'am.
Carl, just call me Tali.
I'll work on that, ma'am.
Hello again, Commander. Good luck, Tali. Can you believe Tali Zora just turned over the evidence about her father?
Well, she didn't. I did, over her direct plea not to.
Shepard, thank you. The Admirals were wrong to ever accuse Tali.
How can you be okay with this, Shala? My father will be branded a war criminal.
That is neither your fault nor your problem. He would have wanted you safe and acquitted. You didn't mention survivors. Did you find real Tali? I am sure he would have left you a message if he'd had time.
We found Rael's body. He left a message for Tali.
I can only imagine how horrible this is for you, child. But at least you got to hear your father tell you he loved you.
Yes. Thank you, Admiral.
Good luck on your mission. No matter how dark it gets, the fleet is always with you. Kila's Alarai.
Rael Zora is a monster.
Do you know what you've done? Rael wanted to retake the homeworld. By discrediting him, you've blown that whole plan out of the sky.
I'm so sorry. I asked Shepard not to do...
And to top it off, you stabbed me in the back with that piece with the Geth garbage. You can't actually believe that.
Well, actually, he brings up another positive, at least from the perspective of this game. As I said, I know how this ends, and I have a feeling it will not end well. I don't think I have ever done it, actually, because when I played the game first, as a younger person, I actually cared a lot more about how she feels about it. I wasn't yet mature enough to have a sort of more detached philosophical level opinions on morality. So I just used the Paragon option and was happy with that. So I'm pretty sure this is not going to end well, but I only know it because I have precognition. From the standing of this game in particular, he actually brings up a good point. Exposing this lowered the support for going to war, which is a plus for me. I don't believe that they should.
We've got worse things to fight than Geth, Admiral. I'm gonna need your fleet ready.
The Reapers, you mean? If you're wrong about them, then I'm losing my best chance to take back the homeworld. Don't be wrong. Good luck out there, Tali's Order Vast Normandy. Fly safe.
Shepard, Tali, I apologize for ever having doubted you. We were wrong. I was wrong.
About my father.
Your father's actions were not yours. He made his choices. He pays for them now, not you. I am glad our talk about the perils of war made an impression on you. I hope your speech made an impression as well.
The galaxy needs more people saying what you're saying, Admiral. Good luck.
Thank you, Commander.
Okay, I think I'm ready to leave. Actually.
Tali Zora betrayed her father to save herself. I can't imagine how she feels.
I can't believe Real Zora did those experiments.
I can't believe what your father did. He endangered the entire fleet.
I'm sorry. I would never have helped him if I had known.
Nobody is blaming you, Tali. Your hands are clean in this. But your father should feel lucky he's already dead.
While Tali Zora has been cleared of all charges, she seems traumatized by the public revelation of her father's crimes. She may not be at full efficiency. Political ramifications of Quarian war efforts against the Geth are troubling. Likely to need Quarian forces against the Reapers, cannot risk additional instability.
Commander, Legion would like to talk with you. How may I help you, Commander?
Is there anything I should know?
Legion would like to speak to you in the AI core on the crew deck. Anything else, Commander?
That'll be all.
I'll be here if you need anything.
We've got a Geth on board, not as a prisoner. Can you believe that?
Commander's taken out more Geth than anybody. This one must be different.
I'm glad that mess is over for Tali, Commander. Some of those Quarians. I guess living your whole life aboard a ship can really mess with your priorities. Not that I would know. I'll just burn myself. Great.
What do you think about the people we're picking up?
Well, about the ones you went out with last. Well, I always liked Tali, so let's just move on. Having Legion around is just begging for a rifle up your ass without the sweet talk. It's just my opinion, though. There's really no need to go spreading it around.
I assume everything is going well up here?
Good for now. Fractured my thumb on the mute, but I think I made my point.
That's it for now.
See you, Commander.
Okay, I think this episode has been long enough, so I'm going to save here and end it for now. That's all for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!